So, guys, since the beginning of 2026 FIFA World Cup, I'm taking my time. I promise myself I'll try my best, possibly, not to miss a single match of the England national team in the FIFA World Cup of 2026. And I've tried to keep to that. And I've paid key attentions to the key players that I know I always see in the England squad, despite who becomes the manager. I'm talking about no other person than Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, um, Declan Rice, the goalie. And since I noticed that Elliot Henderson has been in the squad, or will make the constant first 11 in the squad, I've been keen to watch the kind of football he plays that made him cost that much for Manchester City Football Club uh, to purchase him for such an amount. So yeah, um, most times as English lovers, English Premier League lovers, that's we Nigerians. That's the league we watch most because for most situations, the underdogs they strive in so many matches. Unlike when you're watching La Liga, in a match of 24, you're expecting Barca to draw just one match, except they are playing against Atletico Madrid or Real Madrid. And so, whereas when you watch England Premier League, and you expect Wolves to do anything to Manchester City, Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham, Liverpool, Arsenal. So, when you talk about the League One, too, you do not expect PSG to lose to any side. The highest you can see is a draw, and which on few occasions you see them losing. And most people still argue those are match fixing, but that's not the context of what I want to say now. So, it has given room to we Nigerians focusing more on English Premier League. And I don't know whether it's because we watch the English Premier League too much, but we come to this realization that English players are not good, they are overpriced, and the arguments of who have won the Ballon d'Or the last time, what are they doing in the Champions League, and do they have a manager who have won the Premier League like an English manager? And so these questions, when you want to answer them, you support the claim that the English players or English coaches or the English football uh, uh, nation is not as good as people want it to look. We may agree that, but my focus is on the fact that they call certain players overhyped. And Jude Bellingham is one of those players who have received criticism. And I've heard people argue a lot about Jude Bellingham, and I'm sure because the Jude Bellingham I watch is a good player. People say he's just a lucky player that arrives. They get the number sometimes because he appears where there is goal, without them focusing on the fact that even positioning is a key aspect in football. If you don't know how to position, you will definitely not even get the goals. Sometimes when people were criticizing Nicholas Jackson, those were all my argument. You criticize him for missing, whereas you bring another attacker, and the attacker does not even get those chances to even miss the goals. And so even positioning to get the goals, it's a victory in itself. And then when he scored, it's a double victory. So I took my time attentive to watch what Declan Rice does, what Jude Bellingham does in the midfield, and the Anderson Elliott, the Manchester United big signing. And I've seen that Anderson plays with power, constant pressure. Declan Rice may be a little bit more intelligent than earlier, but what he did to the England midfield was really not different. And so the talisman, the main man in the midfield for the FIFA World Cup 2026 was Jude Bellingham. And what did Jude Bellingham not do in this World Cup? Is he score goals? Is he give through passes? Is he becoming the engine of the game? Is he heading? Is he creating chances from nowhere? Jude Bellingham is that player that people don't think he is. Bellingham is a great player. He can dribble, can score, can assist, can mark, can play dirty. I was watching the third place just an hour ago, and I saw the constant pressure France were mounting on England. As soon as Bellingham came into the game, there was a chance he created and almost even scored when the ball came back to him. After that, France got alive again, scoring 5-4. And it was just Bellingham's strength that took the ball from the midfield, went to the 18 with the confidence, and dribbled past the defender, held the ball, took his time, and scored the winner. And then people come and argue English press. If you want to say English press was favoring him, that's fine. He went to Dortmund. English press is there to uplift whatever he was doing too much. Now at Real Madrid, in his first season, he did excellent. exceptionally very well. Last season, injuries came in, but we saw that Jude Bellingham still had an impact or two. Coming to the World Cup and creating that kind of record for an English player to score 7 goals in a World Cup tournament. That have never been done by any English player. Jude Bellingham, mind you, is only 23 years of age. He's not in his prime yet he's getting it very, very clear. So Jude Bellingham is that player that I actually think he is. Watching the FIFA World Cup, he's a good player. A player you can break your bank of 200 million pounds for right now. So I see him going. He's going to be one of the greatest English midfielders of all times. I think what has set Frank Lampard aside and Steven Gerrard, uh, and Paul Scholes, they were good midfielders. They scored. Jude Bellingham scores, give assists, defends, plays for even bigger teams way than Paul Scholes ever did, Lampard ever did. Yes. So Jude Bellingham is that player that we think he is. There's no overrating there.